As we careen through the mud of yet more impeachment hearings.
Now the House Judiciary Committee and House Democrats have given the White House an opportunity to participate in its first hearing in this next phase of the impeachment inquiry, and the White House is turning it down.
So basically all that Nadler is asking is, are you going to play along with our completely biased and manipulated rules and the specific privileges we give you, that you have to play along with that and we're going to lie, cheat, and steal along the way? Or are you going to decline to participate entirely, and then we can say, oh, hey, that's your fault, President Trump, for not participating? I mean, imagine, Ed, if this were a courtroom and the respondents' only options were to come in and have a completely biased, arbitrary hearing or decline to participate completely, and then have the judge just say, well, it's your fault you didn't participate, so we're making a finding of guilt.
Trump may or may not, we don't really know, the evidence suggests he didn't think about delaying aid, and that aid was delayed, but it wasn't cut off. Maybe he thought about cutting it off, but that's not a crime.
Continue to decipher the madness of the mouthpieces of globalism.
I got hairy legs that turn blonde in the sun, and the kids used to come up and reach in the pool and rub my leg down so it was straight, and then watch the hair come back up again. They'd look at it. So I learned about roaches. I learned about kids jumping on my lap. And I've loved kids jumping on my lap.
Leben, dass es Widerspruch gibt. Es gibt keine Meinungsfreiheit zum Nulltarif, dass alle zustimmen.
The Mockingbird media continues its treasonous propaganda campaign, ignoring the unsung efforts of the Trump administration to restore and protect the American Republic and its national security.
It was 14 days ago the Southern Poverty Law Center published an expose of hundreds of emails of White House advisor Stephen Miller trafficking in the ugliest stereotypes of immigrants and white nationalist websites and themes. This is before he actually went to the White House. And that man is the president's chief advisor on immigration, who, according to NBC News reporting, has long believed that, for instance, asylum officers are soft.
For example, when it comes to the apocalyptic disaster across our southern border, President Trump has stated the obvious, yet bold.
Donald Trump says he wants to put Mexican drug lords on the U.S. terror list.
It is a very, very sad situation.
So you are going to designate
somebody's going to have to do it.
You're going to designate the Mexican cartels as terror groups?
I am going to be designating the cartel, absolutely.
Mexico's president responded.
In my case, I do not want to turn this into a controversy today nor tomorrow. I will only say cooperation, yes, intervention, no.
Intervencionismo, no.
The Mexican president instructed Foreign Minister Marcelo Ebrard to follow up on this matter. Ebrard quickly requested a meeting with U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo, hoping to gain understanding of the scope and meaning of Trump's statement.
Meanwhile, under President Trump, the arrests on our side of the border continue to rack up.
We have sent thousands and thousands and thousands of MS-13 horrible people out of this country or into our prisons.
Many would argue that these practices are unfair, yet the time for half measures is over.
Keep in mind that in the past, in different municipalities, there have been police officers that have been assassinated with 2 officers in a car.
And the globalists have shown even the most ill-informed their hand.
How did you kill Jeffrey Epstein? Because you're not in power, but you have all the power.
As the roller coaster that will be 2020 draws near, it stands to rival those rare turning points in American history.
And they're pushing that impeachment witch hunt, and a lot of bad things are happening to them. Because you see what's happening in the polls? Everybody said, that's really bullshit.